Try to have a single thought without using any words. It's almost impossible. Words fill your entire mind. Now imagine a world with no words at all. No names, no questions, no stories, no "I love you." Every deep thing you have ever said out loud. Impossible. For most of human history, spoken language didn't exist. Try to picture your own life with the sound turned off. So, how did our ancestors survive, cooperate, and even fall in love? How did they say anything at all before there was speech? It turns out they had not one language but many. The answer will change how you see every conversation you have. Because we are still doing most of it, without even noticing. First, understand just how new spoken language really is. Our species is around 300,000 years old. But complex speech may only be a fraction of that. For tens of thousands of years, humans lived and thrived without it. They built tools. They controlled fire. They hunted together. A group hunt needs tight teamwork and split-second timing. They pulled it off with no words at all. And they did it all without a single spoken sentence. So they must have had other ways to share what was in their minds. And those ways were powerful enough to build the first human societies. And those ways are still buried deep inside you today. In fact, most of your communication is still wordless right now. Studies suggest words are only a small part of any message. Your tone and body say far more than your words do. The first language was the body itself. Long before words, we spoke with gesture. Pointing is one of the oldest and most powerful signals. A single point can say, "Look, there, danger." No word needed. The meaning is instant. It's faster than speech. You react before a word could even form. Even today, pointing is understood in every culture on Earth. A baby points before it can ever speak a word. It's one of the first things a human ever does. Pointing is written into us from birth. Gesture isn't a backup for language. It came first. Some scientists think our hands spoke long before our mouths. We may have signed to each other before we ever spoke. We used our whole bodies to mime actions and ideas. A crouch could mean hide. A raised hand could mean stop. A whole silent vocabulary built from movement. Show someone how to throw a spear, and you've taught without a word. This is how skills passed down for thousands of years. Watch, copy, repeat. No instructions needed. The second language was the face. Human faces can make thousands of tiny expressions, and crucially, these expressions are universal. A smile means the same thing everywhere on Earth. So does fear, so does anger, so does disgust. These emotions are written on the face automatically. We are born already able to read them. You can't help it. Emotion leaks out before you decide. Your face reacts faster than your thoughts can catch up. This let our ancestors read each other instantly. In a single glance, you knew where you stood, who was angry, who was afraid, who could be trusted. In a dangerous world, reading a face fast could save your life. A hostile stranger's face gave them a warning in an instant. The face was an honest signal, hard to fake, easy to read. The third language was sound, but not words. Long before speech, we used cries, grunts, and calls. A scream of fear warns the whole group in an instant. A cry of pain, a shout of warning, a call to gather. Each sound triggered an instant, shared reaction. These sounds carry meaning without any words at all. Tone alone can say almost everything. The same sound, said softly or sharply, means totally different things. Even now, a baby understands tone long before it understands words. Tone is the very first language every human ever learns. A gentle voice calms, a harsh voice alarms. No words required. The feeling arrives long before any meaning does. This is why we still coo softly at babies and pets. The meaning lives in the sound, not the sentence. Music may be older than language itself, A mother's soft humming calmed a baby long before any words. Melody may have carried emotion before speech ever could. Our ancestors also communicated in ways that feel almost magical. They used rhythm. They clapped, stamped, and drummed together. Moving in sync makes a group feel like a single body. It built trust and unity without a single word. Groups that moved and sang together stayed together. They danced to teach, to celebrate, and to remember. A dance could store a whole story inside its movements. And then came something extraordinary: cave art. On cave walls, they painted animals, hunts, and hands. This was communication that could outlive the speaker, a message left for people they would never meet. It was the first attempt to speak across generations. It may be the first time a human idea was frozen in place. A thought could now leave one mind and last for thousands of years. Some cave paintings still speak to us tens of thousands of years later. So if all this worked, why did speech ever appear? Because gestures and faces have one big weakness. You have to be seen to be understood. In the dark or through bushes, gestures are useless, but sound travels around corners and through the night. Words let you share things that aren't even there. You can warn of a lion nobody can see yet. A gesture can only point at what is already in sight. A word can describe what is miles away. You can plan for tomorrow. You can describe the past. You can tell a story about something that never even happened. No gesture or face could ever do that. Words unlocked imagination shared between minds. Two people could now build the same idea inside their heads. That single power may have made us the rulers of the planet. From a quiet, gesturing ape, we became the storyteller of the world. With words, a group could share a plan across many minds. 10 people thinking as one became unstoppable. No animal on Earth could compete with a talking, planning group. Here's the twist. We think of speech as what makes us human, but the deepest human connections still need no words. The people closest to you often need no explaining at all. A hug, a look, a held hand, a shared silence. These say more than any sentence ever could. At the biggest moments of life, words often fail us completely, and we fall back on the oldest language of all. The oldest languages never disappeared. They live inside you. Every time you smile, point, or hug, you speak the first language, the one our ancestors used hundreds of thousands of years ago. You inherited a language older than any word. Words are new. But connection is as old as humanity itself. Speech is a tool we added on top of something far older. Underneath every conversation is a much more ancient language. Turn off the sound, and you'd still understand most of it. Before we ever said a word, we already understood each other. Subscribe. We dig up one piece of the ancient human story every video.